you said the earlier thing is that what if you have to give you a bond, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go into. Does that mean if you were brought into court, if the court had to do that, or is that just basically if like a bill collector tax or something like that?
The moving party always has to put up a bond, but like I said, it's always been Queensberry rules with these legal attorneys and the Law Society. They all know, if you actually read their canon code, all debts must be satisfied with the court clerk by 5 p.m. So you better believe if that lawyer did not get the funds from his client, it's going to come out of his account somewhere. Somehow he's going to be on the hook to the court clerk. But you folks don't need to know the underworkings of the court. It's none of your business. But what I'm saying is, though, if somebody's trying to move a claim against you, you say, hey, look, and this is what the lady from Canada asked me. She said, oh, my God, so you mean when I make a claim against them, which she was making a claim for like $300 gazillion, are you telling me I'd have to have a bond for $300 gazillion? I said, bingo. If you're making a claim against somebody, those other side can demand that you produce a bond equal to your claim, because this is an old Bible thing. It's don't bear false witness against thy neighbor. Because if you did bear false witness against thy neighbor, what happened to you way back when?
So this could happen so you're saying this could happen for, let's say the court is bringing you in for a traffic ticket or something like that. I guess you could ask for a bond that way too. This is something simple like that.
It's not the court that's bringing you in. The Department of Vehicles would be bringing in for breach of a contract. It would be a county. It would be a town. It would be a municipality. Somebody's bringing you in for a breach of the peace, a breach of the contract, some sort of violation of a code, some sort of law infraction, something. Yes, can you demand that? Well, that's proof that citation actually is proof that they believe that there is some sort of value to that citation, to that ticket they have. Yes, could you tell them? And they'll say, don't worry about it. If you beat us, and you file a counterclaim, well, you don't file a counterclaim, you file a claim against them for bringing a false claim into the court and causing you loss of income, stress, whatever you want to claim. And you want to claim $1,000 worth of damages or whatever for filing a false claim against me, wasting this court's valuable resources, that you can do. But like I said, what they could also demand from you then is like, you want that? You got to put up $1,000 bond. You also have to put up a bond. So like I said, if you folks heard my earlier call way back when, I did see the court clerk down in Virginia. And the district court judge, he was a nice old man, but he pulls through about 100 cases in an hour, which is basically 1 a minute. And he generates a massive amount of money for this county once a week. He'll make easy $20,000, $30,000 in about 3 hours. So I realized, I was like, oh wow, this guy's been around since the 1980s. He was old then. I figured he passed away by now, but he's still operating. So I realized, you know what, I'm just going to walk in there real quick, and I'm going to file an appeal. You know, I'm just going to immediately go, because he's not going to hear anything. So he said to me, he says, how do you plead guilty? No guilty, no contest. I said, I did not break the law. And he said, who's the arresting officer? Who's the person who cited you? And he said, let me see. And I said, Bob. Bob's the code enforcement officer. Bob's been around here forever. He teaches all the recruits the code. What law? What are you talking about? Bob, did this guy break the law? Yes. He says, okay, guilty. Pay the clerk, you know, like $50, whatever it was, $50 for this, $50 for this, that court was blah, blah. I said, is this the final judgment of the court? He says, yes, absolutely. I said, where do I file appeal? Is that old building across the street still open? He said, yes. I said, okay, lovely. So he says, when am I going to get the final judgment? He said, wait in our lobby, and the lady will call you up to the window, and you take it across the street, the judgment. I said, okay, that's great. So I took it across the street, and I handed it to the lady for an appeal. I said, look, I'm going to have a trial by jury. This guy, you know, and I know he flies and stuff. You can't even see 2 words, and this guy's already found guilty. It's done. And I said, I need to file an appeal, because I want to have a trial by jury, and I'm going to move my claims to the court. And she says, okay, we're going to need X amount of dollars for this fine, this fine, this fine. This court officer said, ma'am, I just asked for a trial by jury, right? I just requested it, right? I require it, right? By demand, by right, by law, I can require it. Require means demand by right under the law. That's all. You don't have to demand it. You can say I require a trial by jury. And that's basically saying I demand it. So she says, well, you still have to put all these fees up and everything else first. I said, ma'am, do I or do I not have the right to a trial by jury? You know, where does it say, like in the Constitution or something, I have to pay all these fees and fines and all this other stuff first before I get a right to have a matter of controversy over $20 before a trial by jury. And she said, well, this is just the way we do it. I said, we is not me. That's the way you might do it, but that's not the way I do it. I said, you are going to schedule me a trial by jury. I said, and I want to be here within, 30 days. And she said, well, we're going to need this first. I said, hey, ma'am, do you accept bonds? And she said, well, yes, we do. I said, watch my lips. Whenever the jury comes down with the verdict, I will pay the debt that the jury say is due. My word is my bond. She said, you're going to have to do better than that. I said, ma'am, do you have the head clerk here? And she said, I'm the court clerk. I said, no, you are the court clerk, but who's the head clerk here? Who's the chief judge? The man whose name's on the front door. He's upstairs. Go get him. And he'll explain to you what my word is my bond means. Okay? And she said, fine. We'll have a trial for you scheduled in 30, whatever day, April, whatever it was, and at 11 o'clock. She said, will that work? I said, yes, ma'am. It works just fine. So they know what a bond means. And they know when the attorneys set up a trial date, they don't ask the attorney to pay all kinds of fees to the court clerk. The attorneys just walk in, they file an appeal, boom, and it's time they get scheduled for a hearing, they get scheduled for a trial. Because the court clerk is not going to ask this attorney to pull money out of his pocket. They're not going to do it. It's because they know they're operating under the Bar Association, the canon codes, the handshake kind of thing. Word, they give their word. There's the attorney that my client will pay whatever's due, and they let him file for free. So how does the government, how do attorneys file for free all the time? This is how they do it. Because there is a way they have to compensate the court if their clients don't pay. Now, they do compensate the court. You just might not know that they're paying them, but they are paying them.